Welcome back to The Student Lens, a series that elevates students' voices and illustrates, without a doubt, that students recognize the power of effective teaching and interactions. In this episode, Lamar University student Madi shares how her professor's use of a Hatful of Quotes activity helped to facilitate engaging class discussions.
Typically, my classes have been where the professor starts off by discussing maybe like an article that we read previously or what we talked about last week in class. But that discussion is typically the professor really talking to us instead of the classmates telling the teacher what we learned and being able to kind of incorporate us in the conversation. But my professor, Dr. Sar, came up with this activity that she called it the Hatful of Quotes. And this was really helpful because she usually did it when we had an article previously. And so to get us to kind of talk about these articles, she put us into these smaller groups and would pull out a quote from each article, and each group would have a different quote. And we would kind of talk about what this quote meant, what the author's purpose of putting this quote in there, and then we would come together again as the whole class, and that was able to get us to really talk about what the article was about and for us to understand the important pieces and really what we were supposed to take away from this article. And that led into a discussion where we as the classmates were actually leading instead of the professor. It got everybody to participate. There wasn't just one person in the room speaking, and we were really able to learn the important pieces of these articles that we would read. Just the different techniques and how she structured her class was really something that I want to use one day when I hopefully become a professor and I'm able to teach others.